Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Dr. English Channel. I'm David.
And I'm Anna. Thanks so much for joining us today. We've got a really cozy topic, something personal, warm, and easy to connect with. But before we start, don't forget to subscribe our channel for more videos about the easy ways to learn English from beginner.
That's right. Today we're going to talk about our homes. What kind of homes we live in, what makes a home special, and how different people feel about the place they live.
Yes, I think home is one of those things everyone can talk about. Whether it's big or small, noisy or quiet, every home has a story.
Totally. So let's start simple. Anna, how would you describe your home?
Hmm, good question. Well, my home is a small apartment in the city. It's not huge, but it's very comfortable for me. I live on the fourth floor of a building with a nice view of the park. Every morning, I open the window and I can see people jogging, walking their dogs, and kids playing.
That sounds nice. Do you live alone?
Yes, I do. But it doesn't feel lonely because I've decorated the place to feel really warm. I have plants everywhere. Maybe too many.
Laughs. There's no such thing as too many plants. They make a home feel alive.
Exactly. I think having green around helps me relax after a long day. What about you, David? What's your home like?
Mine's a little different. I live in a small house on the edge of town. It's got 2 bedrooms, a little garden, and a lot of sunlight in the morning. I live with my wife and our cat, so it's always lively.
Oh, that sounds perfect. Do you enjoy gardening?
Yeah, actually. It started as a hobby during lockdown. Now I grow some herbs and vegetables, tomatoes, basil, mint, stuff like that.
Wow, that's awesome. There's something really peaceful about growing your own plants.
Definitely. It's like therapy, you know? And I think when you spend time taking care of your home, it becomes more meaningful.
I agree. It's funny how our homes reflect who we are. For example, my living room has books everywhere. That says a lot about me. I love reading.
Laughs. I can relate. My living room has more tech gadgets than I need. Speakers, lights, smart plugs. My wife says it's like living inside a robot.
That's so you, David. You love your gadgets.
Guilty as charged, but it makes life easier. I can turn on the lights with my voice or play music from any room.
That's cool. My home is more old fashioned, I guess. I like simple things wooden furniture, warm lighting, cozy blankets.
Sounds like the kind of place where people want to stay for tea and good conversation.
Exactly. I want it to feel like a hug when you walk in.
That's such a nice way to describe it. A hug when you walk in. So let's go a bit deeper. When you think of home, do you think more about your current place or your childhood home?
Ooh, that's interesting. I think both. My childhood home will always have a special place in my heart. It was a small house with a big garden. My mom used to bake on weekends, so the whole house smelled like bread and cookies.
Oh, that's such a comforting image.
Yeah, whenever I smell something baking now, it instantly takes me back.
Smells are powerful like that. For me, it's coffee. My dad used to make coffee every morning, and the sound of the coffee machine reminds me of home.
So, home isn't just a place, it's also feelings, smells, sounds.
Exactly. Even the little things like the sound of rain hitting the roof or the creak of a wooden floor.
Or the laughter of your family during dinner.
Totally. You know, I've lived in a few different houses over the years, but home is really where you feel safe and loved.
I love that. Home is not just walls and furniture, it's people and memories.
You've traveled a lot, Anna. How do homes differ around the world?
Oh, so much. In Japan, for example, homes are small but very organized. Everything has a place. In Europe, you see older buildings with character and charm. And in tropical countries, homes are open and airy with lots of natural light.
Yeah, and it's interesting how climate affects design. In hot countries, people want airflow. In cold ones, they want insulation and warmth.
Exactly. And in some cultures, people take off their shoes before entering the home, while in others, that's not common at all.
Right. In my house, no shoes inside. It keeps things cleaner.
Same here. Plus, it feels more relaxing.
Let's talk about something a little emotional. Have you ever lived somewhere that didn't feel like home?
Oh, yes. When I first moved to the city for work, I rented a small apartment that was very cold and empty. I didn't decorate, I barely unpacked, and I didn't invite anyone over. It felt temporary, like a hotel room.
I know what you mean. When I lived abroad for a while, it took months before my apartment started feeling like mine. Once I put up photos and cooked my favorite meal, everything changed.
Exactly. I think making a home is a process. It takes time and love.
True. And the funny thing is, sometimes home isn't where you live, it's who you're with.
I love that line. Home is people. So, let's dream a bit. What does your dream home look like?
Hmm. Okay. My dream home would be a small house by the sea. I'd have big windows to let the sunlight in, a bookshelf covering one wall, and a small garden full of flowers.
That sounds peaceful. And yours?
Mine would be a cabin in the mountains, wooden walls, a fireplace, and a big desk by the window where I could write or record podcasts.
That's so you. Simple, quiet, close to nature.
Laughs. Yeah, and strong Wi Fi, of course.
Of course. What do you think makes a house feel like a home?
Personal touches, photos, decorations, favorite colors, and warmth. Not just temperature, but emotional warmth.
I'd add smells too. When you cook something you love, it fills the space with personality.
Yes, and music too. I always have soft music playing when I'm home.
Music really sets the mood. My wife loves jazz, so our weekends usually sound like a cafe.
That's wonderful. For me, it's acoustic guitar or piano.
You live alone, right? Do you like it that way?
Yes, I do. I love the peace. I can read, write, cook, or even dance in the living room without anyone judging me.
That's the dream. But sometimes it gets quiet. I miss having someone to share meals with.
Yeah, balance is important. I like living with family. It's noisy sometimes, but it's full of life.
Exactly. Both have pros and cons.
So, what's the one thing you'd tell listeners about home?
I'd say home isn't about how big it is, it's about how it feels.
Beautiful. And I'd add, take care of your space, and it will take care of you.
I love that. Thanks for sharing your story, Anna.
Thank you too, David. I think today's talk really reminded me how grateful I am for my little place.
Me too. And to our listeners, wherever you live, make it yours. Make it a place you love coming back to.
Exactly. Until next time, take care and keep learning.
Bye, everyone.